Alright, what's up? Welcome back. So today I want to go over some things. I want to do a little unboxing, talk about the future, and give you guys an update on where we're at. So last few days have been kind of weird, got a lot going on. So you can see behind me, I'm working on building the floor for the greenhouse. If you guys saw in the other video, we built the greenhouse outside, so we're going to put this thing down as the floor and insulate it and whatever so it'll stay nice and warm, so we're working on that. And we're also just about wrapped up with the basement project. We do have the guys coming tomorrow to put the well in for the egress window. You can see we just got it all covered. Kind of goofy looking outside underneath the house, but they're coming tomorrow to put the well in. And we did go ahead, like I said, we did go ahead and have them do the front wall because the front wall was bad also, or going bad. But there's some good out of this. I get a free torque wrench out of the deal, so that's pretty slick. So we got a torque wrench, we got to torque these bolts to 80 foot-pounds like twice a year, so it's kind of cool. I can come down a couple times a year, torque my wall, then I can walk out in the garage and re-torque my head bolts if I need to. So that's all done. We got 2 more anchors gonna go in here and then we're good. All right, so next I wanna do kind of a little bit of an unboxing. So this isn't really that special. It's not really all that great. It's something I wanted to talk about. I've had this thing sitting around for a little while and I feel like we should talk about it. So as you guys know, you've been watching for a little while, I attempted to build my oil pan for the car. So some of you probably know where this is going already. Basically, in short, I'm not all that happy with the oil pan. It is starting to leak a little bit. I can't... This is like the hardest fucking box I've ever opened in my life. This is ridiculous. Alright, so if you're not familiar with the story, if you're new, I didn't want to buy an oil pan for this car. I kind of got a little stubborn, wanted to teach myself how to TIG weld and learn how to build an oil pan. So I never really TIG welded before, kind of had no idea what to even think about or go after. I just fucking did it. So it does leak, but it doesn't leak from any of the welds. So the flange on the back side is warped a little bit, and I'm unable to get it kind of tight enough to get it to seal properly. So it does leak a little bit from the back, and I'm just not really thrilled about it. So it's not, as you guys saw, I was driving it, so it's not really anything bad enough that I wouldn't drive it, because I was driving it before. So I feel like I can do better, so I want to give myself another opportunity, kind of redeem myself, and hey, it's winter anyways. So we're gonna do some things with the car. So what I did, I think a lot of the issue was that I was using a very thick material. I was using 3/16 plate, and I was welding it to 3/16 cast. So I probably shouldn't have been using 3/16. All I did was match up the sizes. And it was on kind of a thin flange. And CX Racing sells this flange. So let's get down to the nitty-gritty here. CX Racing sells this flange. It's an aluminum LS flange. And this is basically what I'm going to be attempting to use to build another pan. So I am going to start completely over with another pan. And I told you guys, they wrap it very well. And I told you guys that, this thing is kind of rough. I didn't think it was going to be this rough. It looks a whole lot shinier in the picture. Yeah, but anyways, maybe we can, I guess it's pretty flat. But this is the flange I'm going to be trying to use. It's a 3/4 inch aluminum flange. And I also got another box of aluminum plate. So this is just some 1/8 inch plate, aluminum plate. So I'm going to try 1/8 inch instead of 3/16 and see if that's a little bit easier to weld. I just bought a small chunk. This is not going to be enough to actually build the pan. But what I want to do is cut this up into a lot of really small pieces and just chop this thing up as much as I can and spend like an entire day or a couple weeks just cutting up and practicing welding on different size materials. So there will be a bunch of videos on that probably. I'll add that onto the Learning to TIG Weld series that I started a while back. I haven't really done much welding since then, so I haven't really added to it. But just letting you guys know, so I'm going to give it another whirl on the oil pan. I guess I'm just kind of stubborn and not really ready to give up on it yet. So I feel like I can do better, and I want to do better, and I want to learn and see what I can do to get there. So I only have like $30 plus my time into the other one, so I'm not really too worried about it. And I'll get to learn and grow and become better. So that's kind of what it's about, right? You guys probably already know by this point in the video what's coming. But another little tidbit that we got for the car, we got a couple turbies. So these are the, just put them down in a dirty spot. These are the VS Racing GT3582s. So these are gonna go on the car. I'm gonna do the twin turbo setup. I was talking about that for a while. They don't have the exhaust housings on them right now, but these are the good turbies. Make a weird face and look like an idiot because that's the only way I can get people to click on stuff. So we're gonna throw these things on the car. So what do you guys think about that? So then the only other thing I got here is this little bag. And I know what this is. Oh shit, I got stuff. I wasn't expecting that. So I got a bunch of stickers. And a Hunter Tuned t-shirt. So I ordered the turbos from Hunter Tuned. He's a VS Racing dealer, so I ordered these through him. And I told him to send me a shirt. So he sent me a shirt and a bunch of stickers. So if you're not familiar with Hunter Tuned, go check his channel out. YouTuber, Honda's LS stuff, and VS Racing dealer, does like ECU tuning for Hondas and all kinds of shit. So go check out his channel. Let's go check out the fitment of these turbos. So my plan for these is to kind of put them down in here, something like this. So if I can mock these up, let me get my pod. Tripods, not Tide Pods. All right, so my plan for these, and I kind of wanted to get some smaller ones. These should be small enough. I thought they were going to be a little bigger, so I'm happy that they're this size. They should fit pretty well. I still have to test it with the exhaust housing, but my plan is to do something kind of like this in this area, and then run the exhaust back over this way. So if you guys were paying attention, or you remember what I said I wanted to do with this and why I was kind of wanting the engine farther forward, or I was going to take advantage of the engine being farther forward, what I want to do with the exhaust is kind of run them up over the top and then down around and then back behind there. So kind of an odd setup, but I've seen setups like that, twin turbo setups, where the actual dump or the exhaust downpipe comes up and over the top and then down back into a full exhaust. So that's one thing I'm going to do, that I don't really mind the engine being farther forward, and it's a way that I can take advantage of it and still stuff some turbos inside here. So I will have to get rid of the washer fluid and somehow move the power steering reservoir. I'll have to figure all that stuff out, but I should have room to stuff something in there, I think. If not, if that fails, I mean, there's so much room down underneath by the bumpers. It doesn't really seem like there's a lot of room, but there really kind of is if you can get creative with it. And there's so much room inside this bumper, like I could fit a small human inside that bumper if I needed to. So that's the plan, guys. It could always change, but we got that, and it's kind of, I wanted to do that. I'm not really ready to start working on it yet, but it was kind of like I was thinking about it way too much and just needed to make a decision. So I tend to overthink things and just kind of get myself into a little spiral where I don't really know what to do. So I was like, you know what? I've been talking about doing twin turbo, so might as well buy some turbos. Even though I'm not ready to start working on it today, now I have a direction to go. So even if I change it later, it doesn't really matter. I have a direction now. So that's the plan. Thanks for watching.